If you would lead us in the pledge tonight.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. That's exactly 7:30 by our clock. We're down to roll call. Jared, if you have a chance, let's go ahead with the roll call.
Mr. Adams? Here. Eric Burgess? Here. Julia Markey Kukrow?
Present.
Mr. Harley? Here. Dr. McCombie?
Here.
Mr. Muscatello?
Here.
Mr. Steve?
Here.
Mr. Shrew?
Here.
Mrs. Thomas?
Here.
Very good. Good evening, everyone. And thank you all for attending our meeting online or otherwise. I do not have a board president message this evening, but I would want to make two quick comments. First of all, I'd like to shout out to the football team and congratulate them on the last two games and what a great job they've done. And we hope to see more of it in the future. And the second thing I want to do is I had the opportunity this morning at 11 o'clock to tour the Eisenhower Elementary School. In a word, it is amazing. I cannot believe the quality of the work that was actually done and what that building looks like. And my closing comment when we left, I said to Aaron, I can't see the difference between what you have here now and a brand new building. It is terrific. And I would encourage any board member that wants to see that building, have a tour of it, to contact Rob so he can make arrangements with Aaron so we don't totally disrupt the day and go over and see the building. It is amazing. It was a lot of work, but it certainly shows that the work that was done. So that's all I have on that. No public comment tonight. Is there anybody from IAEA or ASME, SGA, or Stuka? Okay, we're down to superintendent's report.
Thank you, sir. I will keep it brief. I just want to thank the staff, the administration, the parents, everyone who made the first month of school very smooth. We had a lot of changes as far as reducing the number of buses and we opened a new building. We had some unique challenges this year, and everybody handled it very, very well. And it takes a team to do that. So thank you to all of those involved, making this a really good launch to the school year. I was also wanted to thank the folks at IUP for inviting us over to the Fulbright welcoming ceremony. I didn't get to see them here, but I got to spend the afternoon with them over there, and it was just amazing people from all over the world. We're really truly blessed to have that program right here in our backyard, and the work that they do with our students is just incredible. And again, a unique opportunity that you only find here in Indiana Area School District, and because of IUP and the resource that they are. So thank you to Adele Riley and Bill Wark for the invitation, and President Driscoll for welcoming us over there last Friday. This Saturday, I was lucky enough to attend two very unique events as well. We had the second graduation of Educators in the Sky. Mr. Dave Sheeran, who is our STEAM teacher at our 4-5 building, graduated from that program this Saturday morning, along with a few other educators from the region. This is the work of Patrick and Justin, who have written grants to get this opportunity to give teachers an idea of what it's like to become a pilot. And they learn lessons about physics and, all kinds of math and different real applications they can take back to the classroom. And Dave Sheeran and Jason Rummel, who graduated last year, were there to talk about how amazing the experience is. And that partnership has also got us our simulator in our junior high school, which is another unique opportunity that you only get here in Indiana Area School District because of the partnership that we built there. So thank you to the Malva Hills and the Jimmy Stewart Airport for that opportunity, because it's just outstanding. And they did that at no cost, for free. So, and the teacher gets out 48 hours. They had to take a giant step forward toward their pilot's license, and they get a unique experience that you really can't replace. So thank you to that. It was a really nice way to spend the morning. Then in the evening, we had the hole-in-one contest, and I just wanted to thank, I hope I'm not stealing the report here, but I just wanted to call out, Danny Trevaro and, Mason Musser for their incredible work. I'm sure I'll let Chris give the rest of the details, but these two, the character of these two young men is just unbelievable. And, so I just wanted to recognize them publicly and thank them and their families for what they did this weekend, and what they plan to do in the future. They're just outstanding examples of what our community is and what it, so I thank those two men. That's it.
Very good. Okay. All right, the assistant superintendent.
Yeah,
Sean?
just a few things. Today I was, made my way up to the high school and visited the new Ed Rising classrooms, or classrooms. They're starting to fill it, decorate it. It's ready to go. I've already met the second half of the day students. I met the first half of the day students today. Very excited about the program. We're excited to see that in action. Starting to complete walkthroughs and observations here over the next couple of weeks. Actually, Mrs. Maruka and I did a walkthrough last week or 2 weeks ago with a teacher together, so we know we're looking at the same things. We're starting to do observations with all of our new teachers in conjunction with a principal as well. So I'll be completing those observations and additional observations throughout the year, as well as walkthroughs. And finally, we have a group of students going over on Friday to Philly Street. There's a new initiative in the borough, if you've not heard about it, called 88th Street Initiative, connecting Philly Street with the campus. There is a full schedule pack for Thursday and Friday of this week. We're taking a handful of students over to help give input and learn about the design of how that looks and so forth. They came up, the representatives from 8th Street, including one of our own graduates, came to our school last Thursday and spoke with our students and staff members about the program, about the process, getting their input on things already at that meeting, but also getting their input this coming Friday. So we're excited about that event. So that's about it.
Very good. All right, sir. Thank you. We don't have a solicitor's report, so we're down to item number 2. Before we start, there was a misprint in the agenda. Please eliminate item A. At this point in time, I would entertain a motion to take the election of the vice president off the table.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. Okay. Item C, I'll accept nominations for the seat of the office of Vice President for the Indiana Area Board of School Directors.
I nominate Sally McCombie for the office of vice president.
Okay, we've got a nomination for Sally. Do we have another nomination? You moved, I don't think it requires a second on the nominations. Are there any other
I
nominations?
nominate Quintina.
Okay, thank you. We've got Quintina nominated. Are there any other nominations? Okay, hearing none, I will rule that the nominations be closed. And now we need to have a vote. I believe the way we've done it in the past, when there've been multiple nominations, is we ask for a roll call and who they want out of the 2 nominees. If you would, Jared?
Mr. Adams. Sally. Eric Brochus.
Sally.
Julia Markey Kukrow.
Quintina.
Mr. Harley. Dr. McCombie.
Sally.
Mr. Muscatello.
Sally.
Mr. Steve.
Sally.
Mr. Schroed.
Quintina.
Mrs. Thomas.
Quintina.
Dr. McCombie wins 5-4.
Very good.
Close.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sally.
Mr. Thrope, can I make a motion to make that unanimous?
Sure. We have a second for that?
For a second, to make it unanimous? Okay.
Okay, thank you, Tom. All right, we're now down to approval of the minutes and the agenda.
So moved.
The motion to approve both the minutes and the agenda. Questions, comments? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. Doug.
Second, don't you need a second?
Second, yes, sir, it sure does. Questions, comments, or discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, those two motions carry. So under board reports, we have a meeting tomorrow. There's not been a formal meeting up at the ICTC since then. However, I do want to report out to the board my involvement in some activities up there. I invited representatives from the Homer City Redevelopment Group to come and visit the ICTC campus. My concern is that the workforce needs during construction, during the operation of the power plant, as well as the AI facility are going to tax the abilities of this community to provide that workforce. As most of you know, we're trying to build on that campus essentially a workforce supply chain that includes the traditional ICTC school. It includes the Challenger Learning Center. It includes Westmoreland County Community College. It also includes the Indiana County Soil Conservation Service. Through my conversations with some of those individuals, I became aware that they didn't understand or didn't know of what we had to offer up there. And so I set up, organized, and had a couple of those individuals come up here a week or 10 days ago. Rob Heinrich was there. Darren Johnson from the ICTC. He is the superintendent of record. Mike McDermott was there. Mike Worthington was there. Jen Eccles was also there. She is the director at the Westmoreland County Community College. We spent about 3.5 hours briefing them on the capabilities of at least ICTC, Westmoreland, and the Challenger Learning Center. Their closing comments to us were, if my goal was to open their eyes as to what that capability was, they were certainly open at this point in time. There'll be follow-up conversations at this point in time between Westmoreland and ICTC and these folks. There was a strong feeling of mutual support that the ICTC and Westmoreland and Challenger can certainly support them, and the redevelopment folks see a way that they can support the activities up there. So it was a great meeting. Rob, is there anything you'd like to add to
No, I
that?
think you covered it pretty well. It was a lot of progress was made. We identified many ways that we could partner, and I think it was a giant step forward.
Very good. Okay, but I did want to report out to the board that we had that meeting, and we expect some things to come from it. Okay, Sally, what's going on over there?
Oh, I couldn't attend the meeting, but my friend here attended. And I'm sure he was welcomed.
Yes, Aaron welcomed me back. As to many of you, I was an employee there for 5 years. They welcomed me back with open arms and then directed me to the visitors area, because I was not actually an approved board member.
True.
They still fed me, which was really nice. I do have they covered a number of things on their agenda, and I think the whole meeting lasts about 20 minutes. But there were 4 things I think that we need to discuss, or at least I need to mention to you tonight. The first was they are having a discussion about hosting the PSBA required training for board members at Aaron. So one of the discussion points there was what teeth those PSBA have to actually require that board training. The other thing I want to mention to you is a longtime employee of the IU, Lori Rogers.
Can you stop right there a minute? Rob, last year we did a PSBA training. It's for the new board members. Is that what you're talking
Yes.
about? Yeah, it's required.
Correct. Yeah, everyone has to. The law requires that you all go through a training. There's one on PSBA, or you can attend different locations.
Right, they have one.
And the conversation was about who enforces that and how do you enforce an elected board member?
I don't know. I think I guess someone could call you out from the public perhaps, but other than that, I don't know that there's any police that are out there knocking down people's doors.
That's very good point.
If you
It's,
haven't
it's
done it.
very good though. I did it online
Yeah.
and it's very
It's
good.
beneficial if you can do it. Mr. Schroth has some remarks on, where it can, how it can be approved though.
So first of all, for all the new board members, I absolutely would do everything I could to encourage you to attend the training. The one that Aaron a lot of times uses Jared here to talk about budgets and finance and those kind of things. Particularly for new board members, it's exactly what what the cook called for. But for the retaining members, those of us who've been elected more than once, Julie and I attended that 4 years ago, I believe it was, when Bridget was still the director over there. And it wasn't anything any different than what the new board members received, only it was shorter. It was only 3 hours instead of 5 hours or whatever it was. And, from my perspective, that program really needs to be changed because as an existing board member, okay, particularly if you've been here more than 4 years, you're probably serving on a committee as a chairman. You may be serving in a leadership as vice president or president of the board. And there are other issues that are really more about leadership, what you need to do, group dynamics, and how organizations function, than simply to listen to Jared drone on about the budget that we already.
Which we wouldn't mind, by the way, Jared.
Yeah, for the new guys, yes, but after you've heard him 4 or 5 times, it
No.
becomes like,
His voice is like poetry.
yeah.
It's-
Especially when he's in positives.
And Chris, poetry puts me right dead to sleep. Okay. But the point is that, and I brought this up to the PSBA, Sally, on a number of occasions. And their position is, well, it's determined by PDE and there's nothing that can be done. But it really does not serve the needs of existing or recurring board members who are returning once you've gone through that program, once or twice. That's my opinion. And I'm simply expressing that. That's all.
Every time I give my report, I talk about all the different online courses you can take, the PSBA. You go into my PSBA and there's courses on leadership. There's courses on how to evaluate your superintendent. There's all types of courses like that, but you have to go online and they're very good and they're free.
Sally, I think that's terrific. My point is, though, that if you're going to give mandatory training, then those are the kind of things that should be covered under the recurring board members and not basically a rehash of what they've already taught you in the original. That's the point.
Yeah, but they're not requiring it, so.
Fine. But anyway, but again, for the new board members, absolutely take the time, either do it online, as Rob said, or attend the session that we had one, I think last time was mentioned, and or what Aaron liked. So,
Shall I finish
Okay,
my
sorry.
report? That's okay.
Yes.
What I got out of this, don't read any poetry during these board meetings. Walter will fall asleep.
yes.
Just really quickly, a long time employee of the IU, Lori Rogers. Some of you may know Lori. She's retiring. And just one other thing I think is important to note, and I don't know if I asked Sally about it. I think it was mentioned here, the reciprocal athletic passes.
The gold passes.
I think it's different than the gold
It's
passes.
slightly
Oh,
different, yeah.
But you asked me about the gold passes.
Yeah, I think the gold passes is still a thing, but Aaron is coordinating an effort to hand out nine passes to each Aaron board member to come back to here to give to one of each of the board members here. The stipulation was that it would get you in, and I think there was some conversation maybe already, maybe with the superintendent's
Yeah, we were asked to, we were told you were going to come back and report this out. And we are going to bring this to a vote if you want to approve this. The idea would be you and a guest would have a pass to get into any athletic event that is not a playoff game for the WPIL, not a PIAA playoff game. You get you in any event except dramas, musicals, those kinds of things that are have different rules applied to them. But if you're just going to a Friday night football game and you want to go to the Homer Center game, you would then have a pass that we get you and our guest into the Homer Center game. And it would be reciprocal, so if the Homer Center people want to come watch us, play football, they would get that too. It's a courtesy that all the other school districts seem to be on board with. If you're on board with granting that courtesy to others, they will grant it to you. And
So you don't have to be old like the Gold Pass.
correct, you can be a under whatever's a 62.
Do I get 2 passes in?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Wasn't it, 2 years ago, this board, Walter, I mean, you guys canceled, I mean, it used to be board members used to get a pass, but you voted that off, so we would have to go back and I think vote that.
We might have to, Doug, yeah.
Because you guys voted
They-
that off.
Yeah, I got
The-
passes at purchase line
The reasoning behind that was,
and
I
a parking
believe,
spot.
if I remember correctly, we had increased the attendance fee to the public to attend some of these events. And the feeling at the time was it's a little disingenuous if you're going to increase the fee to the general public to attend some of these activities, and the board members get to go for free anyway. And I believe that was the concept. Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, it was also a long list of maybe 50 people that were giving passes to that didn't make any sense at the time. So we could certainly reset that list. But it was mainly to get things back under control. We were giving passes to people to positions that didn't exist.
Oh. Also, I'm wondering if we should not more advertise the Gold Pass, because I don't think a lot of people know about it. And when you go to any sporting events, half of the stands are made up of grandparents. I mean, these are grandparents that are
I
there,
mean, they do have them. I know at the football stand, at the press, or at the ticket booth, they have them. As long as you show ID, you can get one. So, but we
I
do
don't know
need
if
to
people know
advertise. No,
that.
probably not.
I mean, we talked about it one time, I remember, but I don't remember seeing it anywhere on our,
Put it on our social media and put it on our website, or, the athletic website.
Yeah, because I'm having people from other districts texting me saying, did you know you can get a Gold Pass? I'm like,
Can you? You're that old,
I say,
Sally?
I don't think you qualified.
okay.
The only
All
other
right,
issue,
go ahead.
yeah, I'm done with the exception of the only other issue that's brought up is if we hand the passes out soon during reorganization, there may be board members who have passes that aren't board members anymore. So
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know how we resolve that issue.
We put the picture up on.
That's
Okay.
certainly one way to do it.
Well, that's an interest. This probably should then start Sally at academic and extracurricular to discuss this and bring a recommendation to the board if we want to participate in this reciprocal. Pardon?
Oh, the reciprocal,
Outreach is
Haven't
scheduled
met.
for the 13th.
on the reciprocal thing?
Yeah,
I don't think that means.
because Doug's correct. When we kind of did away with, the passes to board members in the list, if we're going to revive that, we probably should have some sort of formal board action. And so if we had that at the discussion at the academic committee which covers extracurricular, then we could certainly, based on that recommendation, add it to the next board agenda.
Okay, Rob, put it on.
I'm moving on. I need right now.
Yeah, we're on it.
Okay,
Hold on,
Thank-
Jess.
thank you. Okay. Outreach,
No update. So we haven't met yet. October 13th is our next one.
very good. Okay, Quintina, what's going on over at the library?
Okay, evening in the stats, October 17th. I have raffle tickets for $10. If anybody wants some, over $1,000 value. And so yeah, come on out. This is the biggest fundraiser of the year.
Very good, very good. Okay, Sally, back to you at PSBA.
Yes, everything that comes in to me is about this conference coming up, and we know the big conference is October 19th to 21st, and includes a delegate assembly. We have discussed this earlier, and Quintina's going, so she'll have a good report, I'm sure, when she gets back. And I have registered for the quarterly liaison meeting on October 9th. It's online, and I'll be taking that course.
Very good. Okay. Chris, back to you on the Education Foundation.
So we met September the 12th, recently, and Rob did steal a little bit of my thunder. The first thing I wanted to talk about was the hole-in-one challenge. So, but he's spot on. I mean, the boys, Mason Musser and Danny Trevorrow, did a great job. We haven't been reported this, but if you follow Facebook, they put a post, they raised $11,000. And the, what their goal and intent is to raise the money for the Inclusive Playground project over at Ben Franklin. So this will go towards it. Amazing work. They started a club up at the high school. It's called Make a Difference Club. And that's what they're doing to, to really spearhead it. Second point, while I'm on that, there is a spaghetti dinner that the foundation is leading at the Home Farm Barn. So if you can mark your calendars for October the 16th at 2025. So I think takeouts from 4 to 5:30, but it's great. The food is amazing. Last year we raised a lot of money, and the money this year is going to go to help these boys with their project.
And what day of the week is that?
Friday.
Thursday.
Or, I'm sorry, Thursday. Sorry.
You can get tickets online, right?
Yep.
On the website. Okay.
Can you get tickets at the door?
I believe so.
I know they want,
they
want
you got to get it ahead of time. Last year they ran out of food. It was so, the demand was overwhelming. So
That's great.
yeah. So get your tickets early and often. Rob, what time did we say, Tara, Rob, the time?
I thought they said
I know takeout's 4.
So you can
Kinda like
take
4:30
that.
or 9.
You can do takeout.
Okay, great.
Yep, 4 to 5:30.
Give you a half hour before now.
I'm supposed to be there half hour.
Older, we can count you in for how
We
many?
hosting that stuff.
Okay, 2.
Times 2, right?
Thank you.
There you go.
So that's that. 3, one of the things that we're doing is we did send out payroll deduction form out to the IASD staff to contribute to the foundation. We've already had some people step up and are routinely contributing to our group. So that's cool. The 4th thing is classroom grants are open for the fall. So really there's only, what's the date? 8 days remaining. So back 10 days ago, we had 4 submissions already. Rob, have we seen, I'm sure we've had more come in.
Oh, I don't know if we got any more come in, but the ones that have come in are
good
really
ones.
interesting projects that we're gonna have a tough decision
To do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know this went a long way last year for the teachers, and something we wanted to continue to do is to give back to them to support their efforts in the classroom. The last thing is, so the booster sponsorship. So if you've been to the football field, you saw the fence that was installed up there. So we've had sponsorships coming in. I think we have 12 to 14 commitments from organizations that are, want the advertising up there. So if you do a 5x5 sign, it's $500, right? Or if you do a 5x10 sign, it's $1,000 up at the field. EMB computing will look really good up there.
We just
we
need,
can do 20.
And
We
all the
just-
sister businesses.
we just need to get it more lit up there because you cannot see the signs.
Yeah.
We talked about
Yeah.
that.
During the games.
We want to put a light on the pole shining to the fence so that you can light up those signs. Yeah.
And there also needs to be a light. And I checked it on Friday. When you go to the restroom back behind the bleachers, it's pretty dark
right
there.
I didn't see that one. I believe you though. I'll check it out. But yeah, the hillsides need to be lit up anyway,
Yeah.
just for a little more safety. And then that will help with the signs as well. And Jared talked to Constellation about doing that and maybe for.
That's a 1-year sign.
Yeah.
1 year renewing forever.
And you can, oh, by the way, to Eric's point, he asked if it was a 1-year commitment. It is. And then, but you can also do like in the gym. So if you want to sign like in the indoor gym here.
It's the same amount and then you just write.
Yeah.
So you can do the same size in the gym as well.
Correct. Well, I think they're the same size.
Are they the same size?
But they,
Oh, 3x6.
do they small?
It's 3x6 in
Three
the
by
gym.
six in the gym.
Yeah.
3 foot wide, 6 foot tall.
No. 3 inches wide, 6 foot.
Like for 3 by 6 cost.
I think it's $500.
Anything else, Chris?
We have a pack. We can send you.
Very good.
We'll send you a pack.
Okay. Sally, back to you at academic.
That's right. So we did not have a meeting since our last board meeting. And there are 4 items on the list underneath this committee. I'd like to put them all together, put them in the form of a motion.
Second.
Okay, moved in second on 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Do we have any comments or discussion or questions? Rob, is there anything you or Sean would like to comment on any of these?
No, these 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 5 are all like things that we approve all the time and low hanging fruit. The only thing that's really out of the ordinary is the French field trip. We got an opportunity, Mr. Dyken, the exchange students program reached out to him, offered our French students a free trip to Washington DC, but because it is outside of the state lines, we need board approval.
Okay,
And a free trip to, we had to buy the supervisor by the substitute teacher.
The substitute teacher, that's all cost you. Yeah.
okay, any other questions, comments, or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those motions pass. Okay, policy and personnel. And Tina, what's going on over there?
We had a meeting this evening. We went over a few policies, one policy, policy 719, which is the first read that's on the agenda today. That is regarding other drone usage, the use of unmanned aircraft / drones. We also talked in great detail about incentives for students to return from cyber charter schools. We discussed several options that requires further discussion. So I have a few motions on the board. I think I can take those together. 6.2, 6.3, and 6.4.
Second.
Moved in second on 6, 2, 3, and 4. Questions, comments, or discussion on those 3 motions?
Just that the cyber charter thing is a $2.2 million expenditure this year alone. We've all heard me talk about it ad nauseum, so I won't go too far into that, but those discussions we had about incentivizing that are just ways to solve that problem and try to bring that expense down and bring kids back to school. High quality education. So that's it.
Okay, anybody else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those 3 motions carry. Tom,
Yes, sir.
buildings and grounds, but before you read your motion, after you give your report, I do have something I want to bring up, but go ahead.
Okay, we had a meeting on the 15th. First of all, I'd like to invite Eric to join the committee since we're down one. So if you make that request, I'd appreciate it.
Good.
We had a meeting on the 15th, discussed Eisenhower, stormwater, the fume padding, and some line painting on the 2nd floor. Any updates on Eisenhower?
No, sir.
Other than, yes, sir.
That is what I'd like to bring up. During the tour, I don't remember the teacher's name, but we were in the music room. And he said that there, as you may recall, there's the band room, and then there's kind of an instruction room and choral area. And the one door closest to the outside wall, apparently there's some excess noise coming through that.
Yeah, the wall is soundproofed. Remember, we took it all the way up to the roof to make sure there was less noise pollution, but the door itself doesn't have any seal on it between the 2 classrooms. So, we may want to look at ways that we can further soundproof that so that when chorus is singing in one room and band is playing in the other, they're not, interfering with each other.
Yes, so there may be some additional tweaking of that door, whether the seals or whether adding some additional soundproofing or what have you to it, to improve the, quality of that work. Okay, go ahead, Tom.
We talked about the ESCO project. It's wrapped up now. Is there anything left?
I think they're still finishing up the lighting in the auditoriums, but
And the speakers got delivered, but it's not selected.
I'm not 100% sure. I need to check on that.
Okay, they're supposed to be delivered on the 18th.
No, I think they're shipped on the 18th.
Correct.
Yeah, so-
So there's still some trucks somewhere.
Yeah, at least as of,
We didn't have them for this past weekend.
It'd be nice to have
them for homecoming this weekend.
no, it would be nice. I don't know how long it takes to get everything set up.
Lights are working. We got a report of the classroom, high school classroom renovations. I'm still waiting for the desks and the science desks. And the child care area is almost complete, except for the door to the outside. We did the freezer coolers have been practically spiked. And Franklin's up and running, and these spikes are still not quite. We had a long discussion about solar power, and I need you folks to take a look at some of the submittals on that. We need to make a decision first of the year at the latest, either do nothing, buy systems for some or all the buildings, or lease for some or all the buildings, or a combination thereof. But if you don't make the decision in the first of the year, we're gonna lose the incentives, and it becomes economically feasible.
Well, we're supposed to get information from,
Yeah, there should be some more information coming. I just want to make sure that that doesn't slip off the radar. When you get that information, we'll have.
Got it back.
And we're looking at resurfacing the track. There's some holes in the track that we'll get through one more season. We're patching it, but the track's going to need to be renovated. And then we had some issues with the high school Wi-Fi. Have those been resolved? Rob, do you know?
They were, the situation on the first floor has been completely resolved. We're still identifying some of the dead spots for the cell service, but, yeah, it's an ongoing process. That
And the shutdown that happened.
shutdown was a hardware issue where the cable that goes into the plug got literally smashed by a desk that was pushed by a piece of equipment. So that was a human maintenance error that has been fixed. So that's not a problem any longer.
Yeah,
So the only outstanding work is still identifying those dead spots and address them. Went through there. Randy went over as soon as he was available, went through the whole area. In theory, we have enough access points. He's going to replace a few access points with ones he has coming in to see if if it's not a hardware issue, and he's rewiring some switches to make sure that some of those access points operate effectively, but we have not had the same problem since last week when we.
good.
And-
So
and is he gonna check also? I think we talked about the gymnasium, making sure, because there's events, other schools come in and use different types of,
Like Huddle
iPads,
stuff,
Huddle,
iPads or something.
and it's.
They should be able to get on, but I don't know what the speed is on that. So we got to check that.
Randy's working on this.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better definitely him than me. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, he seemed like he had the thing.
He's very good at his job.
Yeah, he had it under control, but it was gonna take a while to get all the dead spots gone and to solve some of these problems.
Yep.
So I have one, motion 7.2. I move that the board approves a letter of interest for the acquisition of Forest Man School as presented and empowers the administration to work with Pivotal GP Holding LLC and its solicitor to move the process forward.
Second,
Moved in second. Questions, comments, or discussion?
It's my understanding that this is non-binding. This letter.
Yes, it says very clearly, and I've had it vetted by Mr. Attorney Repack, and I have it in an email from Trey Bauer that this letter is non-binding, that, we can walk away. Basically, what this is saying is that we agree to work toward the next step of the execution of the formal sales agreement when we're ready. There's no timetable on it. I mean, obviously, he would prefer sooner rather than later. But what we need to do is start to talk about, the things that you may or may not put in the contract. So I can reach back out to Mr. Barber, have him work on anything that he needs to work on, maybe invite him back to another meeting so he can, address any of the concerns the board may have. But yeah, this letter is non-binding. If he says so in writing, if someone walks around the corner and offers us $2 million, we are definitely empowered to take it. So.
I don't know. I think it's better. I don't think it's essential, but I think it's better that the board accepts a non-binding, which would be clear for the record book. For the minutes.
You can definitely make that.
Yeah, it's right on the, what we're accepting the letter, it says right
This
on it.
last paragraph.
It is, but the motion itself is actually recorded in the minutes. It may be useful. I don't think it's essential, but I think it's better to have the word non-binding in the motion.
So do you want to propose an amendment to that, either formal or informal?
Either informally. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'll move that I think we should add a non-binding letter.
Why don't we just
What?
insert non-binding in front of the letter? The board approves a non-binding letter of interest.
Yeah, exactly.
And I accept that as a.
I think from a legal perspective,
I'm
in the
the one.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you seconded, you okay with
yeah,
that?
so we have,
I'm fine with that.
yeah, we have to have it okay by Doug,
Okay, by me,
okay?
so that's okay.
Yep, very good.
And the only other thing is, I know we talked, whenever we have, when we read through all this and you had said to just send you an email. I think everyone, all board members need to be on that
On copy
email
on that email,
because if
100%.
only one person agrees to that and others don't.
Correct. And we do need to discuss all those changes in a public meeting.
Yeah.
Just to be in compliance with the sunshine law. If you send it to me, I can hunt down some of the answers offline.
Yeah.
But then we definitely need to talk about those changes that are being made and what we're agreeing to publicly in case that's appropriate for transparency laws.
Okay,
And was there an explanation of why it's changed? I know at first it was senior living to now.
All he said was they made that one change to give them a little bit more flexibility, but I questioned whether or not it was Section 8 housing kind of approach, and he guaranteed me that it was not Section 8. It is a fixed rate for the, so it is intended to be a more reasonable and controllable expense for families, but it is not traditional low-income housing like people think about it. So he did make that distinction. And again, also offered to come explain that in public meeting.
Well, I think you should footnote it. I think there should be a footnote on it
On the letter or on
Yeah.
the?
in writing. Yeah, I think that is essential. But I would like to, maybe you could ask, maybe we could discuss it later, but Ron Ray Pack should. Maybe show how many-
You footnote that it's not section 8.
Not necessarily that, but that specifically why, an explanation of why it is a different word now. You can say it's not section 8. I think it would be better. Essential, I don't know. But I do think it's essential to get that cleared up. That seems to
But
be.
he was
We're
very clear
talking
about it. He
about
said that,
relatively large
Section 8 is a
project.
different part of the law.
Right.
This is a
That
different.
would have to be in the final contract then.
But the letter says senior designated.
Yeah, it does there and it doesn't down there. I think what
Does it change down here?
he tried to change it at the bottom.
Down here.
The old version of the letter said seniors for the intended, this time the intended use says
It says 50 houses.
50 housing units instead of, it used to say 50 senior housing units. So he did make that specification in the email to me that he was broadening the scope of families as well. So, and we can have him come and explain all that. It's me saying what his interpretation of that is probably not.
Yeah, so if we
effective.
approve this, then we need to wait to figure out his interpretation, or we just say we're gonna,
Well, I think as we pointed out, it's non-binding. So
Okay.
basically, this is a letter that says, we're going steady. We'd like to explore this a little bit more, but we're not engaged, we're not married, so let's work toward this goal. And if we find out along the way that it's not compatible, we walk away, between now and when we sign that sales agreement. But between when we're looking at that sales agreement, that's where we got to put in the real careful work and make sure that it says exactly what we want it to say.
But it's important we put the non-binding. It doesn't bind us to the
Mhm.
mistake. I read it as a mistake. He's saying it's not a mistake. And that's confusing. So I agree, but we did get this amendment.
okay. Are there any other discussion, questions or comments on the letter? The only thing I will add from my perspective is, I'm thrilled that we have these opportunities. I'm thrilled that there's somebody that's interested in the building. And, hopefully that we'll be able to, with due diligence, pursue a successful completion. Anything else from the board? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. Okay.
Put me down.
Okay, Julia, what's going on over at Audit and Finance?
Thank you, Walter. Well, we're still in an awkward position because we all know the state budget hasn't been passed and we're not quite sure when it will be passed. So it leaves us, in a state of some level of uncertainty. We had an Audit and Finance Committee meeting tonight. And we went over we did a state budget update and Jared gave us a cash flow update. Looks like we're okay for a few more months, but let's hope the budget gets passed soon. We're told that it's a public transportation issue at this point, but we don't know for sure. It's conjecture. We also had a discussion. I don't remember if it came up through the budget update. I think it was the budget or the audit update about with the uncertainty not paying cyber school costs until a budget is passed. And we had the pros and cons outlined for us. And I think we're going to let that go because of the timing of the bills, which is always important in cash flow. We are going to wait on that till maybe the meeting and review that again. So it'll come up again at Audit and Finance. I don't think it's a bad idea. But the state always has the option with the budget to debit our account if we don't pay those bills. So it's a little bit of an issue for us. We also talked about the audit update. So the auditors have started their work, correct, Jared?
They start on Monday.
Monday, and they're going to be, usually they'll come as usual for the January report, but you're not expecting any surprises, correct?
No, ma'am. Nothing I'm aware of.
And where do you expect it to end up? Like, Jim, a number? I know you're not looking at a positive result.
If I had to say a number today, probably $2 million in the red.
Okay, so we're gonna have to be careful with how we move forward, clearly, before we do anything else and figure out that hopefully the state budget will come through with cyber reform, but we're not confident at this point. So the other, it's a really good report, Jared. Thank you. We did a capital reserve and project update and the funds remaining in the capital reserve account and the capital projects accounts. So there was a handout to the board. I suggest the public look at it. You're going to see as we do our projections that these numbers will come down. Interestingly, we do still hold the insurance proceeds from Eisenhower in the capital reserve fund.
Yes,
So that's good news. So, but these numbers are plummeting.
Forgive me, I hate to repeat things, but you said the public should get to see this work and want to see it.
It's attached to
I
the
will give you.
committee agenda from
So
today.
it's online.
Correct.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would pay particular attention because it's been such a big project for us, the ESCO construction costs. Looks like we may have about $60,000 left over after we finish our projects. And we're looking at coming out okay on Eisenhower. So Jared ran the costs forward from us from the construction costs through other Eisenhower costs. And it looks like we may have about, those costs total about 1.3 million. And it looks like we might have about 300,000, well, close to $301,000 left over. So we only have one motion tonight on the agenda. And it gives me great pleasure to move that the board accepts the donation of $26,284.46 for the outfitting of the wrestling room and auxiliary gymnasium. And the room will be named for Steve Patchen Wrestling Room for the life expectancy of the mat.
Second.
Been second on this terrific donation. For those who may or may not be familiar. The Patchens, are the, founders of Royal Oil and Gas. They still have some facilities here as well as some of their operations, I believe in either Texas or Oklahoma. So this is a terrific, giving back to the community. And so I certainly would compliment the Patchen family for this donation and supporting the local community.
Yes.
Tom, you had something?
Yeah, this is not only the format, but it's also matching the walls and we having that room to see if we're going to first trust us. We've always kind of forced that child in the athletic area. This will make a huge difference in quality.
And having used it 57 years ago, that's exactly what
Yeah,
poor stepchild back then, Tom.
I'd like to thank Lisa Patchen and doing this in her husband's memory. That he passed away there from COVID here a few years ago. So I thank the Patchen family as well.
Anybody else? Questions, comments, or discussions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that motion passes. Okay, we're down to closing. No discussion item. Is there anybody online with public comment on agenda items? Seeing and hearing nothing. We had some enclosures. Believe it or not, tonight we did not have a executive session. Our next board meeting will be the regular meeting on October the 13th at 7:30 for general purposes. We will also have academic and extracurricular that same evening at 5:30. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.